press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello children, we have been discussing atomic structure. This is part 5. Now today we will discuss applications of quantum numbers. First let us see how to apply quantum numbers with the electronic configuration of to the elements, what we have learned so far. Now let me take one example so that we can first of all clear this with respect to competitive exams. It is, suppose if principal quantum number is 2 for us, principal quantum number is 2, then the values of azimuthal quantum number is 0 and 1. So with principal quantum number 2, the number of subshells that are available to you are 2, that is S and P. So we write electronic configuration for this as 2s and 2p. So this set of quantum number is available to us. And if we are asked with an atom what will be the set of 4 quantum numbers with respect to its valence electron or with respect to its any electron, then we have permitted set which I have written with respect to principal quantum number. When principal quantum number n is there, the number of subshells associated with b n, those are available quantum numbers of n and l. How many out of those available sets are applicable? How many are permitted? Available set of quantum numbers is one and permitted set of quantum numbers is different. Let us see this by means of one example. Say children, we have 4s1 electronic configuration. We know this is electronic configuration of potassium. Atomic number is 19, which will be argon 18. Then you will have 4s1 electronic configuration. We are asked what will be the set of quantum numbers for the outermost electron of potassium. So we know we have 4s1. Then according to this orbital notation we have n is equal to 4. There is no doubt in this case, n value is 4. So when n value is 4, what are the values of L available? 0, 1, 2, 3. That is S, P, D and F. This set of quantum numbers which is given to you here is called as available set. So when n is 4, this is the available set of quantum numbers that you have. But out of this, all the L values are not applicable. Principal quantum number 4, all these are not applicable because we are talking about 4s orbital. We are talking about 4s subshell. So we have this one as S, this is P, this is D and this is F. So we are talking about S, thus L value will be 0. These 3 are not permitted. So permitted set of quantum numbers for the valence electron of potassium will be n will be equal to 4 and L will be equal to 0. Once L is known to you, M will also be 0 because when L value is 0, M value will be also 0, which is S orbital. And spin quantum number, that is S. How many electrons you have there? 1 electron. It will be plus half or minus half, not both plus half and minus half. So you cannot write down like this, plus half, minus half. That is not available because you got only 1 electron which can have 1 rotation with respect to its axis. So children, what will be the set of quantum numbers available for the outermost electron of potassium? N4, L will be 0, 1, 2, 3. But what will be the permitted set of quantum numbers? Because we are talking about S orbital and S subshell, L value will be 0. So permitted set of quantum numbers for the outermost electron of potassium will be N4, L0, M0, S will be plus half or minus half. Am I clear here? Right. Let us see one more. If now electronic configuration given to you is, say, So what is this set of quantum numbers? So we have two sets of quantum numbers. One is called as available set of quantum numbers, and one is called as permitted set. And in your competitive exams, you will be asked to write down the permitted set of quantum numbers. Am I clear, children? Let's write down one question. What is the sum of N, L and M for the electron of hydrogen? What is the sum of N, L and M for the electron of hydrogen? So your options are 1, option 2 is 1 by 2, option 3 is 3 by 2, and option 4 is 0. Now you can see that because hydrogen has one electron in it, so the sum of N, L and M is not possible to be 0. So this is eliminated. This option is eliminated. It's not possible to have 0 as our option. Now let's have the look on hydrogen atom's electronic configuration. So hydrogen, we know it is 1s1. We know now according to above chart electronic configurations how to write. So children, make sure you are writing the electronic configuration of the elements from atomic number 1 to atomic number 30. Clear? That is from hydrogen to zinc. A while earlier, we have discussed about the concept of available set of quantum numbers and permitted set of quantum numbers, right? So hydrogen is 1s1. So what is N value here, children? Very good, 1. What is L value here? When N value is 1, what is L value? Only one value, that is 0. What will be the value of M? Again 0. Spin quantum number will be only one electron is here, plus half or minus half. Now question is, what is the sum of N, L and M? Principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number and magnetic quantum number. So N value is 1, so it will be 1 plus 0 plus 0, it will be 1. So for a hydrogen's electron, the sum of N, L and M will be 1. So what if the question was, what is the sum of N, L, M and S? If the question was for hydrogen, what is the sum of N, L, M and S? Let us see same options. And instead of this, we will put option as none of these. Let us see. Now, N value we know. What is N value? 1. What is L value? Again 0. What is M value? 0. Right. What is S value? Plus half. So it will be 1 plus 1 by 2. It will be what? 1 by 2. That is 3 by 2. That is 1.5. Am I clear? Now you might ask, this is plus half you have written, sir. If it is minus half, keep it in mind. Plus half and minus half are not representing, it is not plus half and minus half which is representing some sums and subtractions. This is a classical analogy of quantum mechanics wherein this has no physical, it doesn't hold any physical meaning. A physical classical analogy it is, which is used for the representation of motions, that is clockwise and anti-clockwise. And the actual magnitude value is 1 by 2, not plus, not minus. You are getting the point here or not? So it is plus half and minus half. So here it is plus 1 by 2. So it will be 1 plus 1 by 2. No, if it is, you can even write minus half for it, but don't subtract the value because actual magnitude is 1 by 2 itself, right? So it is 1 by 2, that is 3 by 2, that's 1.5. So from the same, you can solve the question in two different ways, right? So let us see the next question with respect to this, children, with respect to quantum numbers only. Write down the question, please. Question is with respect to quantum numbers, right? Okay. question number 2. Okay, so question is, how many orbitals the following set of quantum numbers is possible? For how many orbitals the following set of quantum numbers is possible? I am writing the quantum numbers here. N equals to 4 and M equals to 0. N equals to 4 and M equals to 0. Am I clear? N is 4 and what's M value? 0. So our options here are, option 1 is 4, option 2 is 8, option 3 is 1 and option 4 is 2. Question is, for how many orbitals the following set of quantum numbers is possible? N equals to 4, M equals to 0. So our options are, option 1 is 4, option 2 is 8, option 3 is 1 and option 4 is 2. Clear? Now let us solve this question. So what will be the solution of this? Should be very simple. So we'll write down N value is 4, correct? And what is the value of M given to you? It is given to you 0. We know each value of M represents, what does each value of M represent? One orbital. Am I clear? So we have been given M value equals to 0. Yes or no? So M value is 0. Now when N and M is given to you, you need to find out the values of L. So if N and L is given, N and M is given, you need to find out the values of L. So how do you find out the values of L? 0 to N minus 1, correct? So L value will be, N is 4, 0, 1, 2, 3. Directly you could have said, sir, this is applicable to one orbital because M value is only 0. It's applicable to one orbital. Under that case, you will be completely wrong. Because when M value is 0 and N value is 4, you need to find out the number of subshells. So what are the number of subshells? L is 0, L is 1, L is 2, L is 3. Now tell me, when L value is 0, M value will be 0, correct? So you got one orbital, possible. Now when L is 1, what are the values of M? Tell me, minus 1, you have 0, then you got plus 1, so you got 0 again, second time. So when L is 2, what are the values of M? Minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2, you again got 0 here. Then when N is 3, what will be M value? Minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3. So in all the values of L, you got M value 0 once, here also once, here also once, here also once. So each one value represents one orbital. So it has come how many times? 4 times in each value of L. Thus it's applicable to how many orbitals? 4 orbitals. Is it clear? Let us change this question a bit. Same question, we'll change it a bit. Instead of this, if the question is, question number 3 will be, how many orbitals the following set of quantum numbers is possible? For how many electrons this set of quantum number is possible? So options will be 8, 2, option 3 is 10 and option 4 is 16. Tell me, for how many electrons? So how many orbitals you got by this? 4. So how many electrons? Obviously 4 into 2. That means how many electrons? 8 electrons. Correct option will be 8. So instead of for how many orbitals, if it is for how many electrons, answer will be 8. You are getting the points or not? Okay, let me change this question further. Same question. Question number 4. From the same. if n equals to 4, m equals to 0, s equals to plus half, how many electrons it's applicable? How many electrons it's applicable? A while earlier, I had been given n and m. So how many electrons it was applicable? 8. Now the spin quantum number is given plus half, because we know if there are 4 orbitals and total electrons, how many are there? 8. Because according to the given quantum numbers, there are 4 orbitals mentioned, and those 4 orbitals will have how many electrons? 8. Each electron in the orbital will be plus half minus half. This will be plus half minus half, then there will be plus half minus half, then there will be plus half minus half. Am I correct or not? So you will have plus half minus half, plus half minus half, plus half minus half, and plus half minus half. Then, so out of these 8 electrons, how many are having plus half spin? 4. Then for how many electrons this set of quantum number is applicable? It's applicable only to how many electrons? 4 electrons. Is it clear? So when you are applying quantum numbers, you need to see whether the values of n and m is given or n and l is given. Let us see question number 5. If n equals to 5, l equals to 1, and s equals to minus half. Clear? N equals to 5, L equals to 1, S equals to minus half. So we have for how many orbitals and electrons it is applicable. So N5, L1, S minus half. For how many orbitals and electrons it's applicable? I'm not giving you options, I'm solving these questions directly. So N is 5, L is 1, S is minus half. Let us solve the question, children. So what will it imply? N how much? 5, very good. L value how much? 1, excellent. And S value given to you what? Minus half. Yes. So when L value is 1, understand it, L value is 1, correct or not? How many orbitals are possible with respect to L value equal to 1? 3. So what will be the values? M value will be minus 1, 0, plus 1. Sorry, plus 1. This will accommodate how many electrons? 2. This also will accommodate 2. This will accommodate 2. But our question is spin is minus half. So total number of electrons possible are 6. Out of which 3 will be having plus half, 3 will be having minus half. So how many orbitals? This will represent you the orbitals. So the number of orbitals will be 3, because when L value is 3, how many M values will be there? 1, 2, 3. So total orbitals will be 3, and total electrons will also be 3, because each orbital can accommodate 2 electrons, and each electron will have what spin? Plus half, minus half. So each of this will contain minus half, minus half, minus half. So it is applicable to 3 orbitals, because L value 1 means P. Or L1 means P subshell. It has how many orbitals? 3. So applicable to 3 orbitals and 3 electrons. So correct option will be 3 for us. Hope you are getting the points very carefully and very clearly. So 100% you will have a question from quantum numbers in your JEE and NEET exams. Definite question will be asked here. But variety of things are there with respect to quantum number that might be asked there. You may be asked different types of questions from quantum numbers itself. Am I clear? Yes. Let's write one more question, children. So make sure you are understanding this very clearly. So question number 6. How many orbitals? You need to understand complex problems. so that simple problems become very easier for you to solve. You have to make sure that you are focusing on these classes very clearly and very carefully. Once these classes reach you, you need to make sure to rewind and revisit these classes again and again, so that you can get the concepts with respect to these important topics of chemistry very clearly. Okay. How many orbitals will have m value equal to 0? How many orbitals will have L value equal to 0 in zinc? Clear? How many orbitals will have L value equal to 0 in zinc? Is it clear? Now the options for this are, so you can write down, okay, 4, 7, 1, 2. For how many orbitals will have L value equal to 0 in zinc? Now let us see, children, zinc here. What is the atomic number of zinc? It is 30. Very good. So what will be electronic configuration? If you want to write in simple way, it will be argon. It will mention it 18. Then we will have 4s2 3d10. According to above chart, you can write the electronic configuration as well. So if you want to expand it, you can write it down. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. We are not doing these configurations now theoretically. We have understood how do we write electronic configuration actually. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. Then you got 4s2, then you have 3d10. Correct? Our question is for how many orbitals will have L value equal to 0, right? So children, when L value equals to 0, we are talking about S subshell. Correct or not? We are talking about which subshell? S subshell. So L value equals to 0, we are talking about S subshell. Now have a look here. Now 1s2, what is L value for this? Question is for how many orbitals? So what is L value for this? L value 0. Here also L value 0. Here also L value 0. And here also L value 0. Our question is for how many orbitals will have L value equal to 0 in zinc? So L value will be 0 for 1s2, then for 2s2, then for 3s2, then for 4s2. So the correct option will be 4 orbitals. If instead of that question was for how many electrons L value will be 0, then 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. So how many electrons are there? 8 electrons. Then correct option will be 8. If the number of orbitals are mentioned, then L value 0 in zinc will be for how many orbitals? 4. And how many electrons? 8. Clear? Or clear or not? Let me complicate it a bit, children. Same question, but I'll make it bit complicated. You are getting the point? I'll make it bit complicated. Question number 7, I am discussing how many orbitals will have, how many orbitals will have m value equal to 0 in zinc. M value equal to 0 in zinc. Now the options I am mentioning is 4, 7, 10, 14. A very good question, a very important question technically, if you can have a look on this carefully, children. So now the question is, for how many orbitals will have m value equal to 0 in zinc? M value equal to 0. So let us solve this question again, because question is with respect to zinc only. We'll solve with respect to zinc here. Children, we understood a while earlier. Now the question is not with respect to L, it's with respect to M. So what is the value of N for zinc outermost shell? What is the value? Maximum value 4. Very good. What are the values of L? 0, 1, 2, 3. Try to understand it out. Okay. So when L is 0, M is 0. No doubt. When L is 1, M will be -1, 0, +1. When L is 2, what will be M? -2, -1, 0, +1, +2. And 3, I'll write M equals to -3, -2, -1, 0, +1, +2, +3. So these are values of M. Have a look. What is N value equal to? 4. So we are only talking about N value 4. I didn't talk about 3, I didn't talk about 2, I didn't talk about 1. Tell me children, a while earlier we solved here. L value 0. For this, what is L value? I'll write down. For 1s2, what is L value? 0. But N value is 1. Very good. For 2s2, what is L value? 0. But what is N value? 2. For 3s2, what is N value? For 3s2, what is N value? 3. What is L value? 0. Very good. For 4s2, what is N value? 4. What is L value? 0. Which one? 4s2. Try to understand it. A very complicated problem, but quite easy to comprehend if you have understood the back discussions. So L value is 0, 0, 0, 0. For 1 also, 2 also, 3 also, and 4 also. A very simple thing now to understand. When L value is 0, what will be M value? 0. For this also M value? 0. For this also M value? 0. For this also M value? 0. So for 1s, 2s, 3s and 4s, all these will have M value 0. So you got M value equal to 0 for 4 orbitals. That is which one? 1s, 2s, 3s and 4s. The question which we solved a while earlier only. Clear? Good. Then you have 2p, 3p and 3d. Have a look. You have, when there is p, L value will be 1. M value will be -1, 0. So 0 has come. So in 2p, M value 0 will come. In 3p, M value 0 will come. In 3d also, M value 0 will come. You have seen it here. See, let us forget about this one. This is S, this is P, this is D, this is F. This I will forget. For S also, M equals to 0. We have already mentioned it. For 1 also, P. For P also, M value will be 0. For D also, M value will be 0. So for P also, for one more P also, for D also, here also M value will be 0. Here also M value will be 0. And here also M value will be 0. In all the 3 cases, M value is coming 0. And this already has M value 0. So every subshell is having M value 0. So total subshells 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the correct option will be 7. These are very complicated issues, but you need to comprehend it. If you understand it well, then the problem is solved for you. Am I clear with the thought, children? Did you get it? So it definitely takes time for solving these things, and it definitely, once you master the concepts clearly, once you understand the concepts clearly, it becomes a cakewalk to solve these types of questions. But practice is very, very important. You need to practice on it. Did you follow it or not? So correct option will be 7. So we have solved almost 9-10 questions. It was question number 7 and I created one more question out of it. So let us see question number 8 now, children. Write down the question. Good. So question number 8 is, if n value equals to 4 and s equals to -1/2 for how many electrons it is applicable? 1, 32, option 2, 16, option 3, 8, and option 4, 1. What is n value given to you? 4. S value minus half. When n value is 4, L not given, M not given. That means whole of the L values and whole of the M values you have to take. There is no need to go to L and M. Here, what is n value? 4. We know according to 2n square formula, when principal quantum number is 4, how many electrons will go? 2 into 4 square. That makes it 32 electrons. We got how many electrons? 32. So out of 32, 16 will be having plus half spin and 16 will be having minus half spin. Now here you have got question, how many electrons this set of quantum number is possible? So spin quantum number has been given as minus half. So when a spin quantum number is minus half, that means out of total 32 electrons, 16 will be having that minus half spin, 16 will be having plus half spin. So the correct option will be option 2. Correct option will be option 2 for us. Am I clear? Very good. So we'll continue with the other questions now. Good. Write down few more questions with respect to quantum numbers and applicabilities. Okay, question number 10. Which rule is violated in the following diagram? Which rule is violated in the following diagram? So I am mentioning the diagram here. Okay, so you got 1s, you have 2s, then you got 2p. We have 2px, 2py and 2pz. So this is the diagram which is given to you. So in this diagram, which rule is violated? So options are, option 1 is above rule. Second option is Hund's rule. Third option is Pauli's principle. And fourth option is none of these. So in this case, which one do you think is violated? Which of the configurations have been violated here in the given diagram? Now, if you look on this electronic configuration that has been mentioned, it is 1s2, 2s2 and 2p2. So this is our 2px, this is 2py and this is 2pz. These are all degenerate orbitals, right? These are all degenerate orbitals. And what's the statement we have with respect to degenerate orbitals? Pairing will not take place unless all are singly occupied. Actually, it should be one here, then one here. Correct? Pairing will not take place unless all are singly occupied. This is the statement of which rule? This is the statement of which rule? Pairing will not take place unless all are singly occupied. Which rule? Hund's rule. So is it following Hund's rule or it's violating it? It's violating it. So correct option will be option 2. Hund's rule is being violated here in the given diagram. Clear? Clear or not? Very good. Let us see other questions as well, children. So we have question number 11. Let us see question 11. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p3 represents this electronic configuration which is given to you represents options are phosphorus, option 2 is potassium, option 3 is chlorine, and option 4 is magnesium. Have a look on this. This is quite simple question because you have been doing complicated problems. Let me ask a simple question. So where this electronic configuration will represent which of the following elements? Now you can see the outermost electron is going in 3 and the total number of electrons in the valence shell are how many? 5. So P is having how many electrons here? 3. So count the number of electrons. 3 plus 2, 5. 5 plus 6 plus 2 plus 2. So 2 plus 2 plus 6 equals to 10 plus 2, 12 plus 3, 15. So here X element has got what atomic number? 15. And we know in periodic table it will be phosphorus. So correct option will be option 1. Because this element is phosphorus with the electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2 and 3p3. Is that clear, children? Right. Let us write down one more question, children. Let us see question number 12. If n value equals to 4 and m value equals to plus 1, n value is 4 and m value represented is plus 4. So what is n value? 4. And what is m value? Plus 4. How many electrons can be represented by it? Options are 2. Option 2 is 1. Option 3 is 32 and option 4 is 0. I said quantum numbers are quantifying numbers of an electron. So with the help of quantum numbers, you will be in a position to find out exactly the electrons. Yes, you can locate out, you can give different considerations with respect to electron. So we have n value 4 and m value plus 4 is given to you. We will first of all use quantum numbers, the rules that we have learned so far, in order to find out how many orbitals it's representing. According to that, we can talk about electrons as well. So what is n value here, children? 4. Now n value is 4, m value is plus 4. The first thing you should check is whether this is applicable or not. So when n is 4, we know n is more than L, which is more than or equal to m. So L has to be less than n, correct or not? What is n value here? 4. So the maximum value of L is 3. Are you getting it or not? So when n value is 4, the maximum value of L can be 0, 1, 2, 3. So L value's maximum value is, L's maximum value is 3. So when L is 3, M's maximum value can be plus 3. So it is not possible for M to be plus 4. You can see that here very clearly, children. So it's not possible for the value of M to be what? 4. So when N is 4, possibility of M to be 4 is not existing. So N4, M plus 4 is not possible. Thus it will be applicable to no electron at all. It's not available. It's not permitted. So when N is 4, let us have a look on this configuration system also. What is N? 4. What is L value? 0, 1, 2, 3. So L value 0, maximum value will be here 0, and here M's maximum value will be plus 3. There is no possibility for plus 4 to exist at all. Thus, it's not applicable. Your answer should be, sir, this set of quantum numbers is not permitted. Because as I mentioned earlier also, you may be asked a question, which of the following set of quantum numbers are permitted? So available set of quantum numbers and permitted set of quantum numbers are completely different. Right, children? Okay. Same question, same 10 question, but question number 13. Question type same, but approach different. N equals to 4 and M equals to plus 3. Let us change it out. N4 M plus 3. Is it possible? First of all, yes, because rule is N more than L, greater than or equal to M. Yes, M can be plus 3. Now let's have a look. For how many electrons it's applicable? Electrons applicable. For how many electrons it will be applicable? N4 M plus 3. Options are 1, option 2 is 2 electrons, option 3 is 3 electrons, and option 4 is 4 electrons. Let's make it 1, 2, 3, 4 as the options like that only. So what is N value here given to you? 4. N value is 4 and M value is plus 3. Let us solve it here, children. So N value is 4. Yes. What is it? What will be L value? 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. What is the given value of M? M given value is plus 3. Now when L is 2, is M possible to be plus 3? No. When L is 1, no. When L is 0, no. The only possibility for M to be plus 3 is when L equals to what? 3. And how many values are represented by it? It will be minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, then 0. Then you got plus 1, plus 2, plus 3. So how many values of plus 3 will come when N equals to 4? Only one value. One value represents how many orbitals? One orbital. Thus it's applicable to how many orbitals? One orbital. Our question is with respect to what? Electrons. Answer will be 2, because each orbital can accommodate how many electrons? 2 electrons. Have a look on this carefully, children. Yes. Did you follow the pattern of the questions? So question can be, which of the following sets of quantum numbers is not permitted? Which of the following set of quantum numbers is available? Which of the following set of quantum numbers is applicable? So you need to see the values of N, L, M and S very precisely. And you have to keep this thing in mind. N greater than L, greater than or equal to M. As we know, spin quantum number will be plus half, minus half. One more thing, what I mentioned, energy of an atom is decided by the values of N and L, except for hydrogen atom, where it is entirely determined by value of N. And your homework is, you need to write down the electronic configuration of different elements. And whenever you are writing electronic configuration of different elements, wherever, you need to make sure that above chart is directly in front of you. Did you understand the applications, how to apply quantum numbers for getting elements done, children? Yes. So let us write electronic configuration. If I give you any atom and I will tell you, write down the quantum numbers for that particular atom or that particular electron, can you write it now clearly or not? Let me ask you certain things here. So this can act as a homework for you. You can solve these questions as an assignment. So one question with respect to P I will show you here. Suppose we have 3p1 electronic configuration given to you, like we have the case of aluminum. Atomic number is 13, electronic configuration will be 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2 and 3p1. What will be the set of quantum numbers for the outermost electron of aluminum? So here N value equals to 3, right? L value will be 0, 1 and 2. Our asked is with respect to p subshell. So 0 is not applicable, 2 is not applicable, because n3 L1, 1 indicates what? P subshell. So n will be 3, L will be 1. Now there is a problem. M value will be -1, 0 and +1. Usually children, actually you need not to just think much about this by now. These types of questions are usually asked in IIT advanced exams. For your basic NEET and JEE Mains exams, you need not to break your head much with respect to which one represents Px, which one represents Py, which one represents Pz. Just for your understanding, 0 usually represents z axis. So from D, dz square, and from P it will be Pz. So this will be, this one, -1 will be Px or Py. This one will be Py or Px, depending upon which of the two you have represented. Is it clear? So let me not complicate it for you here. Let me make it simple for you. Okay. So we have M value what? -1, 0, +1. Given question is 3p1. That means how many electrons you have? 1. So this electron can be present in any of the 3 orbitals, either Px or Py or Pz. So according to order, we are taking first one as Px, then you got Py, then you got Pz. It can be in any of these because I have mentioned only 3p. So what you can do is, so n value will be 3, L value will be 1, because you have one electron and one electron will be present in one orbital at a time. So it can be X or Y or Z. So out of these 3 values, you have to represent one of the 3, not all the 3. One of the 3, not all the 3. So either you can represent -1, or you can represent 0, or you can represent +1, but not all the 3. Because if you say all the 3, that will mean 3 orbitals. And an electron is not possibility of electron to be present in all the 3 orbitals at once is not possible only. So if you mention L equals to 1 and M equals to 0, S equals to +½ or -½ because there is only one electron, this will be perfectly correct. If you write N equals to 3, L equals to 1 because these two values will remain same, M value equals to -1, S value equals to -½ or +½ this is perfectly correct. If you write N equals to 3, L equals to 1, M equals to +1, S equals to -½ or +½ this is perfectly correct. However, if you write +½ -½ that will be wrong, and if you write M value equals to -1, 0, +1, you won't find this option there itself at all. In competitive examples, you won't find this option itself at all. Or you may be directly asking the question, which of the following set of quantum numbers is possible for the outermost electron of phosphorus? So if they have mentioned all the orbitals, then it is one thing. But if you have to write the permitted set, not the available set. So this whole is available set of quantum numbers. What? N equals to 3, L equals to 0, 1, 2. But for L will be 1, then M -1, 0, +1, it will be permitted or available set, not permitted set. So permitted and available set of quantum numbers, as I mentioned, are completely different. Am I clear here? So for your homework, children, you can write down the permitted quantum numbers for the following: 4d, I'm talking about one electron only, 3s, then you have 3p, then you will have 4f, then you will have 6d, then you will have 7f. For all these, you will write quantum numbers available as well as permitted. First you write the available set of quantum numbers, and from there only you can take out and drag out permitted set of quantum numbers with respect to these particular elements. And keep it in mind, electronic configuration of each element can be representative for the properties of that element itself. So quantum numbers are extremely essential for understanding these. Clear or not? So work on to this and focus more precisely on the classes whatever I have given. So this finishes off the first phase of the discussion with respect to quantum numbers and energies of atoms and electrons, and next our discussion will be with respect to waves. Am I clear, children? Thank you.